if I think about the options I had, of course I cannot say it with the names maybe now, but the options I had, they were all basically a little bit all over. There was like some rumors and some talks with different organizations and stuff like this even before the major, but then if you think about this way, that which team will give you the most money in a fast way, I think then you are already like lost.
Welcome back to the Mouse YouTube channel. Today we're here in the beautiful Hamburg city, in the new Mouse HQ. And today we have a guest with us. Maybe you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Jimpet from Mouse, and yeah, that's me.
Yeah. So you're here for the bootcamp before the season starts. With the Mouse HQ, I mean, you've been here already, what, is it your third time or fourth time?
I think third.
Right. Did you notice any new changes maybe in the facility? Because we're like improving it from time to time.
Not really.
Oh really? Just small things. You saw
Should I?
we add like some blinds in the back. Did you?
No.
Was it already there last time?
Blinds?
Yeah, like in the kitchen food area.
I don't
didn't
remember.
see that?
I don't think
God.
I don't think I even saw it, but we can save it for the next time.
No, but also we got some new chairs that we're sitting on right now. What do you feel about the new chairs in the booth?
I think they're really nice. I mean, I really like the lumbar support, and especially I think it's really comfortable to adjust it like any way you want to sit, basically. So I think it's really nice chair regarding that, and yeah, it's from Razer. It's the best.
Why are we doing an interview with you? I mean, it's been 1.5 years, I think, since the last one, when we did it in the old office, if you remember.
Outside.
Yeah. Do you remember the whole day?
Some a little bit. I just remember that when we did the interview, we were sitting on the really bad chairs, which we took like from inside or whatever, like the ones you can like craft. I don't know what is it called.
What chairs did we sit on? I don't remember.
Like the ones which you can like turn into small. How is it said in English?
Like you mean like the ones you can like
Close,
put together?
basically. Yeah.
Did we
I
have
think.
those chairs?
I think it was those chairs. Yeah, I remember. And then it was not good. At least I remember it was a bit uncomfortable back then, but now it's good chairs. So.
But I remember it was very hot on that day.
In Hamburg, it was like 30 degrees or something.
Yeah, we went to the river and shoot the announcement video. Skipped the sauna scene, unfortunately. Still need to do that.
We can do it now.
Okay. Yeah, next door the fitness studio has a sauna. But yeah, let's talk about you. I mean, a lot has happened since then. 1.5 years ran by very quickly, I feel like. What happened in those 1.5 years?
The last 1.5 years, I would say there is a lot of up and a lot of downs as well. But mostly for me, I think it was a really positive start for my career in Tier 1, I would say. As you said, time flies pretty quickly, and I think so too that 1.5 years I have played now in Tier 1, but it feels like a couple of months to be honest still. But I still have learned a lot, and especially with the team, I think we have like we came from many like downhills always, and then we raced back to the top again. But I think last year it just was really good year for us. A big learning process in some way that we were still of course a new team, but I think with this team it's just really nice to play because everyone is so young, and everyone has the same mindset, so it makes the working really easy, and I think that's one of the big things also why the time is going so quickly, at least in my eyes, and especially when I'm playing.
And last time we interviewed you, you didn't play any tournament yet, I think, with the main team. Now you've been around the world a bit. What was maybe the most surprising thing about Tier 1 to you?
Most surprising thing is probably maybe the amount of traveling, the amount of like going to tournaments or boot camps or whatever it might be. But I think it's just also it's good, but also it's bad at the same time when you are so much away from home. I think there is, of course, like another side of the coin as well with that. Like, it's nice to travel and all. I really like it, but also, yeah, as I said, it's just sometimes a bit tough, especially when you are on a road for a long time and then you just really miss home and you cannot basically do anything. But it of course helps that you are playing in such a great environment, so it's a really big positive.
How much does it influence the environment, like outside of the players and coaches, maybe? You know, like we usually send a lot of staff also to the tournaments. Does it help with it a bit, or would you say it doesn't really matter?
I think for me it's personally like whenever we have a lot of people around, it's more nice in a way. For some it might be different, but I think for me it's just that there is many different people around and you can talk to different guys. I think it's something refreshing, and for me that's what I like. And also whenever there is some media guys around, I feel like it's always a chill in a way, because you can always, if they're recording or something, you can do some funny stuff or you can say something funny always and troll a bit.
Nice. Without the story. Nice.
So that's what I enjoy.
Like traveling, I feel like at the beginning you probably really liked it. Like at one point, did it feel like, okay, it's kind of tough now?
I wouldn't say that it was like ever really tough, because I really love to travel and I especially really love to see new countries and even like just to stay away from Finland. Not that I don't like Finland, but I think most of the time or most parts of Finland I have seen in some way already. So just that I get to see different places and try like new stuff in different cultures. I think it's like really enjoyable. And yeah, I think for me just the toughest time is whenever let's say you go from tournament to tournament, and then let's say you're like 1 month away from home. I think that's like whenever the like home is hitting the most, or I don't know how to say it exactly, but like that's the time where you're missing the home the most. So.
Is it tougher, like maybe your dad's birthday or your mom's birthday, and like events like this, and you feel like you cannot be home for this? Does it make it tougher, or?
Yeah, I mean, of course, if there is some big like birthday or something to celebrate in home, of course you want to be there. Like example, my sister, she had her birthday and also she graduated from school.
Yeah.
And it was during the major, and I couldn't be there with her at that time, and I couldn't celebrate. So of course I wanted to be, but at the same time I knew that after I go home, then we can also celebrate a little bit after. So it doesn't really bother that much me, but of course it would be nice to be in the moment there.
Is graduation a big thing in Finland? Because I know from Sweden it's a huge thing where everyone comes and like celebrates. There's like a parade. Is it similar in Finland?
Yeah, I mean it depends a little bit of the families, but for us we never host like really big party or anything like that because we don't really like it. But of course it's still a big thing, especially she's now 25 and she graduated from like university maybe.
I thought high school. University.
University, yeah. So now basically she's at the point where she's looking for a job with a good like school behind it. So it's a pretty big thing, I would say, yeah.
So from all the destinations you've been to, what was your favorite one?
All the destinations. I think for me at least one of the best ones has to be China. I know we were there recently, but for me China is just really awesome. I like a lot of different stuff there, and I think the food is especially really good in China, and also the people, the fans, I think they're really awesome. And I think I also really enjoyed Dallas. We were not there for a long time, but the short amount of time we were, I think it was pretty nice as well. And also in Dallas it was a bit different because I didn't know exactly what to expect from, but whenever I went there it was like a kind of like GTA. You could never expect what is happening in the streets, and just a lot of random stuff going, but that's what I like about Dallas at least.
Yeah. It was your first time in the US?
Yeah.
And was there anything that like caught your eyes when you left the airport or maybe something like this?
Not really caught my eye, but I just remember that whenever I came out of the airport, it was like 40, no, not 40, but like 35 degrees. It was super warm, and it was in the middle of the summer, I remember. Or just before the summer break, I think last tournament for us.
Yeah, I just
super warm.
I just remember when I went to the US the first time I came out, the cars are much wider and bigger, you know?
Oh yeah, that's true, yeah.
And you sit in the back and you have so much space. It's very weird if you come from Europe, I feel.
Yeah.
And but yeah, going back to China, I mean, we've been there recently. Your brother was also there. How does it make you feel if your brother comes all the way out there to support you and watches you?
I mean, of course, it's really positive feeling, especially when someone of your family is coming to support you, no matter who it is. But now, in this case, it was my brother and one of my friends, and it was really enjoyable also to see them. But just to talk some Finnish, especially when you are abroad for a long time, and yeah, I just always have it as a motivation that whenever someone is coming to watch the games, especially live, I try to be my best. Like always, but in this case it of course gives a little bit more motivation even than usual, and yeah, just really enjoyable to have someone always from family to support.
Did you say anything about it? I think he kind of really enjoyed it. I mean, I talked a bit with him, but he felt like he enjoyed himself being around the scene again a bit. I mean, I showed him the practice room as well a bit, and just like the whole environment. Did he say anything to you afterwards?
Yeah, I mean, he said that he was of course super happy and in some way a bit emotional because it was such a long time since he was around like competitive scene and stuff like major especially, and I think he was just super happy to be in the moment and in the arena exactly, especially he was like really happy because he was like thinking about himself playing, you know, of course. I mean, he wasn't, but he was thinking that how it feels or how it felt whenever he was playing, so it kind of brought him back some memories.
Yeah. You think he sabotaged your HLTV rank this year in the top 20 so he doesn't have to come back? I mean, there's some context to it. When you guys took the photo, he said if you place higher than him in the top 20, then he will come back. So what his placement was 14?
13.
13. So you think that's why you're a bit lower this year?
Nah, I think, of course, it could be fun, but no, I just think that this year, I mean, it was a good first year for me, but I think if you think about this year, like the 2025, I think I have a much higher goals now and also higher expectations for myself, of course, because now I was 17 and or 18, I can't remember even, something like this, but I just aim to be better every year, and I think slowly but steady is the key for me. So yeah, that's what I'm working with.
You're getting old, Jimmy. Forgetting your age. It's an old man thing.
Yeah, I'm getting.
Because you don't want to think about your age. No, you're still young. How old are you now? 19?
18.
You're still 18?
18, yeah, I'm turning 19 September.
Okay, I thought you were 19. But
young.
Did you see the reactions of maybe JL or Flom about your ranks?
Of who?
When you were announced as the 17th, right? There were some reaction videos of other people. Did you see them or?
Yeah, I saw like there was, I think JL was streaming from Navi, and he was saying that a little bit dropped or something, and a couple of more people were saying that, but I think there is always a reason for the ranking, and I think in my case, of course, I could have been a little bit higher in some way, but yeah, I think also at the same time, I think there is a lot of room to improvement especially in my roles, and I recognize it myself, which is important, and I really don't want to put a lot of value in the like what rank am I. I'm just glad to be at least in somewhere of the top 20, I would say. But yeah, I think this year I will be better, of course, and yeah, that's it. But it was funny to see how people reacted. Indeed, I didn't saw many, but some of them was pretty funny.
Yeah. Did you get any congratulations messages major from people that you didn't expect it from, or?
No, I just got it a lot of friends, of course, which is obvious, but also some other pro players, which is always nice that they come and like say that you did really good this year, and stuff like this. It's always making me really happy. and exactly like I'm getting like super motivated, especially when it comes from like a more older player or more like experienced, if you could say so. So yeah, I mean, not really that I didn't expect it, but just some people who I don't usually maybe talk to.
Do you know who was the last Finnish player before you that went into the top 20?
I think it has to be my brother, no?
Yeah.
It has to be 2019. There wasn't anyone after.
So you brought back Finland in the top 20. I saw on Reddit there's a thread that it says it's the first year that there's no top 20 player from Scandinavia.
Nah.
And then people were writing your name and all the Finnish people were like, no, we're not part of Scandinavia. Do you think Finland is part of Scandinavia?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
It's not.
I also thought it's part of Scandinavia.
Yeah, I mean, many people think it's part of Scandinavia, but it's not. It's part of the Nordics, but not Scandinavia. But yeah.
So we have this clarified. I didn't know.
Now people know.
Is it a big thing in Finland that people say, yeah, we're not Scandinavia? Why are people calling us Scandinavia?
Nah, I mean, I think actually some Finnish people think that we are Scandinavia, like especially the younger people, they don't maybe realize it, but I think it mostly comes from people who are like from Sweden or Norway. They're not like, you're not Scandinavia. And then Finnish people get a little bit upset, but personally I don't care. Yeah.
Let's talk about the break after the major. What did you do? Like it was Christmas, New Year's?
Yeah, after the major, which was like what, more than 1 month, we were in China. Enjoyable time, of course, but after the major I was really looking to go for a vacation, just to get my time off, and I went to Japan. It was my second time now in Japan, and yeah, it was just really memorable and also enjoyable vacation. I think, yeah, as I said, it was the second like official vacation I had, because in the summer I went also in Japan, but I think this one was much more better in a way, because I also like had kind of the experience what to do in Japan. I knew a little bit, but also I had a lot of new stuff to do there. So I think it was just like really enjoyable time. I was there for 6 days, I think. And yeah, then for winter, of course, I came back to home because I wanted to, but also I had to, and I spent the like holidays with my family. Of course, we were celebrating the Christmas, which is pretty big thing in Finland. I think it's the biggest holiday in Finland, basically, and yeah, just really fun time. Drinking a little bit, of course, it goes in the Finnish culture, and then opening some gifts. But then that was the Christmas, and then on New Year I went to Helsinki, and again there was some nice parties, and it was just good to see friends again, and yeah, now we are back in the boot camp and ready for this season.
When you were in Japan, did you hit up like the same restaurants again that you went to in the summer, or you tried new ones?
Yeah, both. Of course, there's a couple of favorite ones which I went to. One of them is Ichiran, of course. It's the ramen place. It's one of my favorite ones, or probably one of my favorite foods in the whole world.
Okay.
And then a couple of new restaurants, of course. I had to try a little bit more of the, I mean, not traditional, but just something different and new. So it was also a nice experience, but I think in Japan you cannot really you really cannot find bad food. I feel like, at least I haven't.
Yeah. I never been to Japan, so I don't know.
But anywhere you go, even if you go to like Family Mart or 7-Eleven and buy something from there, it's usually like fresh and really good. So
if I go there, I just hit you up and ask for tips.
Any day, any time, I can give you some good tips.
Let's talk a bit about the news that we're gonna announce soon. I think it's gonna be announced before this interview. You decided to extend your contract with Maus. Maybe talk about the timeline first, because I feel like people thought that it's already decided before the major by media outlets and something. Everyone else. Can you maybe give more insights? How was it that way or not, and stuff like that?
Yeah, I can start with what you said. So basically everything was decided right after the major. Of course, there was like some rumors and some talks with the different organizations and stuff like this even before the major, but then we decided that it's not the way we wanna do it, and we just wanna focus on the major. It was like the first like priority in this case, and then after the major I had a lot of time to think about what I really wanna do, and yeah, I decided to resign with Mouse for now, and just super happy and glad I did it, because I think also if I think about the options I had, of course I cannot say it with the names maybe now, but the options I had, they were all basically a little bit all over, and I knew that if I stay in Mouse, I know exactly what can I get and what like how do I deal with people, and with who do I deal with especially. So I think it was also in the end a pretty obvious choice, and even though many people in media they thought that yeah, it's obvious that Mouse is going to, I don't know, get picked apart, or especially I will leave, or whoever, but that's not the case. We decided that we all want to continue still together, and we want to aim for the same goals as we set last year, but also just to keep working, and I think it shows that people are really keen to work with each other, and we have really good synergy together, which is super nice. But also just going back to the like talks, I think the first ones I remember it was in Singapore. Like it started already there that people were like teams were contacting me, and then like back then I just remember that it caused me a lot of stress in the moment, but after some time it of course got better, because I also was like thinking about it this way that yeah, I don't wanna like deal with it now and just after the major. It's what I did in the end, of course. I'm glad I did it this way, but yeah.
I mean, Singapore was not your best event as well. Do you think it had an impact on your performance during the tournament?
Yeah, I think it had in some way, of course. I won't deny it, but I will not blame it fully on that, of course. We didn't play good as a team, and it was just really bad tournament from everyone. And yeah, of course, Singapore was a really nice event, and I would have really wanted to play well, especially when it's a good tournament like a blast. But sadly, it didn't happen. But yeah, it has some impact for sure.
Yeah. Since you can obviously not talk about the other options, let's talk about our option, right? And the one you decided at the end. Can you maybe give like 1 or 2 reasons that are maybe not too obvious for like fans, maybe, you know? Because I think fans or HLTV forums and stuff like that, they only think, okay, 5 players, you know, they only care about who they are playing with, right? Of course, salary is a thing we cannot talk about, right? But maybe some other factors. Is there like other factors? I don't know. Like maybe even like Sabrina, like team management, and also like the whole management. I mean, the facility. Is there like one reason that made you like really decide on extending?
Yeah, I think there's a couple of reasons. The first one is the obvious one, which I will say because I think it's fair to say as well. But just the team itself, because. It's obvious that we are not like in our team we don't have any like super talents. We don't have like Monesi or Saivo or anyone like this, but even though we have showed that we are capable of beating the top teams, and we are capable of showing like the best CS basically. We are capable of winning tournaments in Tier 1, and this is one of the big reasons why I decided to stay as well, because I fully believe in Mouse. I fully believe to the team and the abilities we have, and I think it's just really nice whenever you have 5 players who can step up and not like always 1 player or 2 players who are carrying the team. So I think it's like shared responsibility in some way. So that's for sure, and especially when the team is so young, it's just awesome to like develop together. Really enjoyable to play around, especially. But then, yeah, the second thing I wanted to say is, of course, as you mentioned, the Mouse HQ. It's I think it's the best place you can ask for, practice-wise, regarding like the performance as well, and especially for your like mental health. I think it does the job really well. I'm super glad that Mouse really invested to this, and they decided to take care of the players in like really good way, and I'm super happy. And then I think also just like small stuff, but like the staff who are working as well in Mouse, I think they're doing the job really greatly, and I don't know how it would be in other team exactly, but it also had impact on my decision because I always want to play in a team, of course with good players, but also in a team where I know that I will have a good and like healthy mental, where like I will actually be happy and enjoy my time, and especially when I play, I don't want to be sad. I just want to have a good time and especially win together. And I think Mouse can offer those both things, and it's not something that every team can offer. Usually, especially in the moment now, you can find teams where there are of course good players, but then usually the second part is missing in some way.
I think what we provide here is that you can like fully focus on the game, right? You don't have to worry about the other stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like you're missing a flight, you know where to call. You don't have to worry about it, right? So I think that's something that maybe younger players don't see that often, and maybe even fans, you know. So yeah, I didn't force you to say this, but thank you.
I'm not forced anyone.
Yeah, blink twice if you're getting forced. But let's talk about the rumors. I mean, it must be a bit funny to you, right, to read all the stuff. I mean, did you read it? All the rumors?
I have read every single one, I think.
Okay.
And
so what was the wildest rumor that you read about you?
like the
The
biggest
craziest or the funniest to you?
I think for me the most funniest one was I saw that I declined offers from Cheeto and Vitality because they didn't pay me a good enough salary, and for me I was just really like laughing to that because I mean I know it's not the case, but also at the same time I think it sounds just really stupid or funny in a way that if I'm actually like deciding about stuff like that on my second year of Tier 1, I think that also it doesn't sound like really believable or really like real, at least to my eyes.
I think I saw the thread as well, you know, but people were like, oh, his whole motivation is to earn money, right? Yeah, I saw that too. Maybe it's our fault as well, because in one of our interviews you said your goal, why you're playing CS, is to retire your parents, right? Maybe you can explain that more when people think that you're just playing for money.
Yeah, I mean, that's not the case, but I still, of course, will stick to my point that I really want to retire my parents. But I think if you if you think about this way, that which team will give you the most money in a fast way, I think then you are already like lost. You shouldn't be in that scenario even. But for me, I'm always just thinking about where can I actually win, because I know that when you are winning, also the money comes in the hand. So the salary is of course one thing, but for me, just that where can I really win and enjoy my time. So Mouse in this case.
And we're also not paying you minimum salary, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I think people always think...
People are thinking that in Mouse I get like I don't know, minimum salary like from same as doing some normal job, but that's not the case. I'm earning good amount of money, and it's not about the salary why I decided to decline other teams.
Yeah, I mean, one theory I saw around this rumor was your brother, right? That you saw what can happen with your brother, and that's why you're going for the money, and that makes it feasible. But I don't think it's the case, right?
Yeah, I mean that's not the case, and especially with I think also it's a mistake in some way that people compare me and my brother, because we are of course we are brothers, but we are completely different like type of persons. With my brother there was always this thing that he really like wasn't motivated. He wasn't like really happy whenever he was playing CS. Like you could notice, and like he also told me afterwards that he just didn't enjoy competing like back then. He wasn't really happy like whenever he was playing and stuff like this, like not really much motivation. So I think that already tells that I'm not like him, because I have a lot of motivation, and my motivation for sure is not the money or salary or whatever, but just that I get to win, because for me winning is like everything.
Let's talk about winning is everything. What are your goals for 2025? Maybe for the team as a whole, but also individually?
I think we can start from the team goals maybe because it's a little bit easier I think to say. But for me, it's just that this year, after especially after the last year, is the year where we actually started winning. Last year we won 2 tournaments. It was the Belgrade and the EPL, but none of them I would consider like the big tournaments. I'm this year I'm really looking forward, especially Katowice. Now that which is coming, basically the first LAN or the big LAN event we will have. I already have like high hopes for that. I also know that it's good time because it's start of the player break. It's start of the season, I mean, season, yeah. And also there is many teams that made some changes, some bigger, some less bigger, but I think it's already a good chance to show that we are actually capable of playing good CS start of the season. But then last year as well we had the goal to win the major in China. We didn't succeed in it, but we showed that we are capable of doing it, which is good. And I think also for this year it will be the same, no matter if it's the major in Austin, I think, the first one, and then the second one, I don't even know where it is yet, but...
I mean, the rumor is Hungary, Budapest, right? That would be very nice for Adam.
Yeah. That would be cool, but anyway, I will, and as a team we will stick to the point that we really want to win a major. Hopefully the first one, of course, but just either one of them would be huge for us and something that we really are keen to work on. And I think that's with the like the
team goals. But like before we go into the individual goals, I remember in the team talk after we lost, right? Zipex, Andreas, said he really thought we're gonna win it, right? How did it make you feel as a player that a 4-time major winner says this to you after you lost?
I think it shows that we are doing a good stuff. I think it shows that we are on the right path, because when it comes from a guy like Andreas or Xipnix, like you know that you are doing good, because he knows how it is, like he knows how it's to compete, and he knows also like when the team is capable of winning. And when he said that, then I feel like it was close, you know, like it's really like small marginal in the end how we lost, and I think that it's just like good motivation going like after that and to the next tournament, to know that you are actually capable. And when it comes from an experienced guy like him who has won a lot, then you just have to trust his voice and keep working on.
Did it bother you during the break a bit? Did you think about the loss a bit?
Yeah, of course. I thought about it a lot, and I tried not to, but it's something that you cannot avoid really as a player, especially if you lose in a small way, or like in a not stupid way exactly, but yeah, exactly. But I had it in my mind. I also knew that like we lost to the major winners. If we won Spirit, then who knows what would have happened against FaZe in the final. And also I think it would have been a little fun if we played FaZe in the final, as we always had a little bit like battle with them. FaZe Academy and FaZe is what the media is saying, which is funny to me, but yeah, I think playing against FaZe in the final would have been really nice, and I think if that could have happened, then we would have had really good chance to win as well.
So did it make you hungry to come back and practice again and compete?
Yeah, of course. I use it always as my motivation whenever I remember how it was to lose in the stage, especially because when you're losing on the stage it feels much more worse than in online or some, I don't know, in some other online tournament or something like this, because in stage you hear the crowd, you see the winning team raising the trophy or just coming to give you a handshake after you lost, and especially it always depends the way you lost. If it was a close game, it even sucks more and stuff like this. But I always use it as my motivation to get better, and yeah, that's it.
Okay, shortly then, your individual goals for 2025?
Yeah, like my individual goals, I think they're not like anything huge. Just that I get more consistent, I would say, because start of last year, I would say I had like a really good start. I was like stats-wise even like I was top 10 player in the world. But then towards the end of the year, I got more inconsistent in some way. And it's something I really want to work on and get better, because I know that also I can do it, but also whenever I will achieve that, then I will be one of the best, and it will be like a huge improvement for me. And then I think, yeah, just to get like better every year. It's obvious and easy, stupid answer maybe even, but it has to be said, because I think it's just like something that always drives me to get better, and especially in CS, in tier 1 at least, that's what you want to do. You don't want to stay the same, you don't want to get worse, you just want to get better and better. And I know that I have so many years of playing still, but I'm still not like letting it loose or anything like this. I want to keep working hard, even more harder this year, because I know maybe last year I didn't do everything like the best way I could have done. So I know that there is improvement on like working side as well, and especially the way I work exactly, because it's always good that you put a lot of time in, but also if the quality of the work is not good, then I think it doesn't really matter how much you work. So I try to find the balance for amazing quality, but also like a good amount of work as well.
Yeah, then thank you, Jimmy. We need to wrap it up. Maybe we should do a podcast, because I still have a lot of questions, and I feel like you enjoy also talking like this a bit. So maybe for the future we do just a podcast. I think it would be fun.
A lot of stuff to talk about.
Yeah. Anything you want to say before the video ends?
Yeah, to the fans and the viewers, I just want to say that I hope you keep supporting us throughout this year. I will promise you that we will get better, and especially stronger as a team. I think we will show some great gameplay to you guys, so I hope we get some positive support back from you. And as last year, just keep supporting us, and we will provide you some good gameplay.
Thank you, Jimmy.
And thanks for the support always. We as a team, we don't usually say it, or we don't say it much, but we really appreciate when people are supporting us, and especially when they're saying positive stuff, because it's a big impact in playing, especially in tier 1, because there is a lot of negative stuff as well. So the positive stuff is really making the mind more like clear, and also just like it helps a lot with the mood as well.
Yeah. Also the support in the arena, right? Helps.
Yeah, that as well.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, and yeah, subscribe to the channel, like, comment. Maybe you have some further questions, and we can maybe answer them in short videos. So yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.
Thank you.